So what is the nature of the public finance? It's actually the management of the account in order to determine that the information produced is being analyzed and communicated in a timely way. This is where, in order to ensure that the stewardship and also the accountability to the public and major hallmarks of the system. This is also, there are several developments in the recent decades that made the subject of the public sector accounting have an important part of the accounting studies for the whole world actually. So the nature of the public finance is where the public management of the account that also need to ensure the size of the government budget and the contribution of the public expenditure to the GDP, which is a gross domestic product, that are enormously and well sustained, which is also manageable. Apart from that, the public finance also is an analysis of the concept and techniques of where the accounting applied to the public sector accounting, and also general commercial accounting that shows where there's only a thin line between the two accounting system. This is also known as the mainly in the area of the accounting, where the methods and management goes well together in the principles. Moreover, there is also the accounting also works as the information system that is very dynamic and also based on its transformation, storage, retrieval, and also reporting very much depends on the new and emerging technologies that have been developed in the information systems. This is also includes the new computerized system that are developed and applied to the both general, which is the commercial accounting, and also to the organizations and public service actually. So the organization with a virtually very little or no modifications, for example, there's several ledger systems, and also there's a payroll system, a pension, and also administration that is very little. So towards that, there is also a government that will have the quasi-commercial, or also known as a sometimes purely commercial. This is where it's a state-owned enterprise based on the nature itself. So the accountancy training must be, therefore, in order to be a comprehensive enough, so that a professional and also comprehensive accountant can be applied in this knowledge and also skills in a wide range of the organization, whether the commercial, quasi-commercial, or also a government unit that should be applicable into this method. Apart from that, there is also to be concluded that the nature of the public management account is actually to estimate capital requirements for the government and also the public budget. This is where it helps in the anticipation of the funds by estimating the working capital and also fixed capital requirements for carrying the business in terms of governmental funds and activities. So there is also the decided capital structure, whereas they will make proper balance among the funds that have been allocated at earlier.
Objective. The goal of public sector accounting is to offer accurate, transparent, and trustworthy financial information regarding the financial activities and resources of government bodies. It entails documenting, categorizing, summarizing, and reporting financial transactions and occurrences in lines with applicable accounting rules and principles.
So there is a fund accounting is the foundation of the public accounting in Malaysia. So public finance it creates funds for certain activities that encourage accountability and also control over resources that have been over limited. So in 2015, there is an adoption of the accrual accounting system. It was designed to measure financial data, which is also known as the transaction from the public sector organization, in order for planning, appraisal, reporting, evaluation, and also administration of the organizations. So public sector accounting is an informational system actually. So a financial system created in order to record all the transactions involving the public funds, that enable comparison between actual and also the outcomes. So the entire set of the techniques and procedure required for record keeping in order to meet the goals of government, initiatives, and also projects. That is a collection of policies and also processes that used by the public sector organization in order to manage their finances. So the recording, control, analysis, classification, summarization, measurement, and also reporting of governmental financial flows are all the aspects that the public sector accounting have been involved. So, the goals of the public finance is actually to demonstrate the fiduciary stewardship, which is also in order to show that the government resources have been approved and handled lawfully by the making sure that the public funds are utilized honestly according to the right procedures within the scope of the budget and the law actually.
The effort and development of public accounting in Malaysia. Okay, over the years, Malaysia public accounting has been substantial development and effort to build a strong and respectable profession. Here are some significant characteristics of Malaysia public accounting and level of development. Okay, firstly, regulatory framework. The Company Act 2016 and the Financial Reporting Act 1997 control the regulatory framework of public accounting in Malaysia. These laws serve as a legal foundation of accounting and auditing standards, professional ethics, and the formation of regulator agency. Second characteristic of Malaysia public accounting is professional bodies. The Malaysia Institute and Accountant MIA is the national professional accounting body in charge of accounting bodies. The Malaysia Institute and Accountant MIA is the national professional accounting body in charge of accounting and auditing standards, professional development, and accounting regulation. MIA is critical in guaranteeing the competency and ethical behavior of Malaysia public accountants, and lastly, adoptions of worldwide standards. Malaysia has worked to match its accounting and auditing standards with worldwide best practice. Malaysia Financial Reporting Standard (MFRS) are based on International Financial Reporting Standard (IFRS) and apply to Malaysian stock exchange firms and other qualified business. Malaysia professional development and accounting regulation. MIA is critical in guaranteeing the competency and ethical behavior of Malaysia public accountants, and lastly, adoptions of worldwide standards. Malaysia has worked to match its accounting and auditing standards with worldwide best practice. Malaysia Financial Reporting Standard (MFRS) are based on International Financial Reporting Standard (IFRS) and apply to Malaysian stock exchange firms and other qualified business. Malaysia Approved Auditing Standard (MASA) are also in line with International Standard on Auditing (ISA).
Role of Accountant General. An accountant work is critical in maintaining and analyzing financial data for people, organization, or corporations. Accountants are in charge of documenting, categorizing, summarizing, and interpreting financial transactions. The Accountant General Office initiates, formulates, and coordinates the implementation of policy regarding the management of public fund and providing guidance in the interpretation of government policy decision on the control of public fund. Accountant General has power of unlimited access to all financial documents and record of every ministry of department at all times. Accountant General also can carry out any special investigation when the need arises in any ministry or department. The Accountant General has power to demand for and obtain any information and explain required to carry out his duties. Here are some of the essential functions and responsibilities of an accountant. First is, accountant keep accurate and up-to-date financial record, which include transaction, receipt, invoice, and other financial documentation. Second is, accountant conduct of bookkeeping responsibilities such as documenting financial transaction, managing general ledger, compiling financial statement, and reconciling bank statement. Third, accountant generate a variety of financial reports such as balance sheet, income statement, cash flow statement, and statement of changes in equity. This report gives information on an organization's financial health and performance. Next is, accountant also generate a variety of financial reports, including balancing sheet, income statement, cash flow statement, and statement of changes in equity. This report gives insight into an organization's financial health and performance. Last but not least is, accountant maintain tax, law, and regulatory compliance by preparing and filing tax return, estimating tax obligation, and advising on tax strategy to reduce tax load.
The roles of controlling officer. So individuals who have position of power and responsibility in organization in financial management and control are referred to as a controlling officer, which is based on the environment, but some typical responsibility include of budgeting, financial reporting, internal control, compliance, and financial analysis. First is budgeting. Budgeting is controlling officer are frequently in charge of budget formulation, monitoring, and implementation inside their organization. They collaborate closely with other department or division ensure that financial plans are in line with the organization aim and objective. Next is financial reporting. Controlling officers are in charge of the development and presentation of financial statement, reports, and other financial information. They guarantee that accounting principle, rules, and internal procedure are followed while delivering accurate and time financial information to stakeholders. Next is internal control. Controlling officers are develop and manage internal control system as protect, accept, prevent fraud, and ensure the integrity and dependability of financial data. They may create and execute rule, process, and system to monitor financial transaction and manage risk. Next is compliance, and they are responsible to ensuring that financial active comply with legal regulatory obligation. They keep current on key laws and regulation, accounting standard, and help their organization follow this requirement. Next is financial analysis, which is controlling officer examine financial data and performance measure to assess the organization financial health, to give insight, projection, and suggestion to help decision maker make better decision, identify areas for improvement, and optimize resource of allocation. Issue. So adoption of public sector accounting standard, which is PSAS, is critical for managing public finance and preventing fraud. According to the author, Malaysia is among the 30% of nations that report using cash-based accounting, with the remaining 30% reporting entirely on an accrual basis, and the remaining 40% reporting partially and accrual basis. The author also discussed the issue that the Malaysian government faces, such as a record national debt, chronic corruption, and revenue that is barely enough to cover operations. Next is the author contend that PSAS can aid the responsibility management of public finance in order to fulfill national policy objective while preventing corruption, leakage, and waste. The author also seemed that Anwar Ibrahim Prime Minister and Finance Minister has the political will and leadership to adopt process right now.
Adopting Public Sector Accounting Standards (PSAS) is a suggestion for enhancing public accounting in Malaysia. The author contends that PSAS can assist in ensuring careful management of public finance in order to fulfill national policy objectives while preventing corruption, leakage, and wastage. The author also feels that Anwar Ibrahim Prime Minister and Finance Minister has the political will and leadership to put PSAS in place right away. As a result, the advice is to deploy PSAS as soon as possible in order to enhance public accounting in Malaysia and avoid financial misissue. Furthermore, the author advised that PSAS implementation be done internally, utilizing and ability of the public service.
As for conclusion, accounting in the public sector is crucial in the financial management of government, agency, and organization. It encompasses the recording, reporting, and analysis of financial transactions and activity carried out by government agency, department, and public organization. One of the fundamental purposes of government accounting is to enhance transparency and accountability in the use of public funds. Public sector entities may provide accurate and trustworthy financial information to stakeholders such as citizens, elected officials, and oversight bodies by following to standardized accounting principles and practice.